welcome to the Manifesting You YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I just want to say a quick thank you here. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for all your positive energy, your appreciation, for connecting with my videos, subscribing. It's really meant the world to me, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you also for tuning in today. Today I want to address Mercury Retrograde, and I used to not really know about Mercury Retrograde, but I definitely know about it now. So currently we are in April 28th through May 22nd. Mercury is in retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And basically the concept of Mercury retrograde, the planet Mercury appears to move backward for a period of time. It does not actually move backward, but it appears to do that. And as it does, it actually affects things here on the earth. It kind of pauses or it stands still. It looks like it's going backward, but it's really more in a sleeping state. And so, you know, some of you might be familiar with Mercury retrograde, some of you may not. But if you are aware of it, then it kind of gives you understanding about why things can get a little cattywampus during this time. So I wanted to shed a little bit of light on what Mercury retrograde is, my personal experience with it, and then also do a healing oracle per sign on an encouragement on how what we can do to kind of ease some of the frustration. I know for me, it's tested me a little bit this time. I'm not going to lie. For the first week of Mercury retrograde, I was just, you know, kind of like preaching about it. Like, yeah, everyone, Mercury's in retrograde. And I was seeing it in other people's lives, but it did not really hit me until about 4 or 5 days ago when my printer, which I've had and has been working wonderfully for about 2 years, right when I needed to print some very important documents, all of a sudden literally just died, just completely blacked out, gone. And it was at a time where I wasn't able to go get another printer right away, and I really needed to get these documents out. So it caused a little bit of a pickle. And the next day I tried turning on that printer again. It turned on in Chinese for about 15 seconds and then it went blank again. So I was like, okay, here we go. Mercury in retrograde, I can deal with this. Okay, that's not all. So I had a printer shipped to me from a family member. Turns out the printer was supposed to come in 2 days. It came to the wrong address, so I had to travel to go get the printer. I finally go get the printer 2 days later, and then literally it took me 4 hours to hook it up to my computer. And I'm pretty smart with computers, and it was just one of those weird situations where everything I tried was not working. I mean, it literally pushed my buttons. It caused me to I kind of lost it for a little bit. Like, I've been handling it really well, and I finally just got so frustrated I had to take a walk. Long story short, it wasn't until I emotionally cooled down and released some of that frustration, I actually went to the gym, that I finally figured out how to make it work. Point being is, these are the kind of odd things. It's going to affect people in different ways. Another example of this, I went through a drive-through coffee shop, and a gal was just talking to me. We were talking about how her day was going. She's like, well, all of our machinery is acting really weird today. Like, the coffee pots are just turning off and on. They're dripping. Our computer stuff is down today. And I'm like, well, you know, Mercury's in retrograde, so you're not the only one. So point being is that it's just interesting. This stuff really does affect our day-to-day lives. And the fact that Mercury is in Taurus, it is actually in the sign of Taurus because it goes in retrograde in different signs and different elements. So it's in the sign of practical, everyday earth, you know, life. And it can affect the sign of Taurus even more. And it's interesting because I'm thinking about their May zodiac law of attraction. The time for them is kind of a slowed down time where they're looking internally. And I feel like that might be part of the whole Mercury in retrograde thing. So I just want to use this as encouragement. I mean, even though I knew this in my knowledge and my headspace, I got to be honest. It's like I was cool with it, and then it pushed my button so much that I was like, I really had to do some relaxation and meditation. So just know that it's not for everybody, but you might possibly experience some turbulence or disruption as Mercury is in its sleeping or resting state. And when it's in retrograde, and it's going to be in retrograde until May 22nd, Mercury, the planet, the areas that this can actually be felt in or affected in, it can rule communication. So just communicating with people, miscommunications, not communicating exactly what you're trying to say. It also can affect listening, speaking, selling and buying, contracts, agreements, documents. It also affects technology. So computers, transportation, so traveling, shipping, all these areas can be scrambled. And it's because Mercury is in a resting, sleeping state. So normally Mercury, because it rules over these different areas, it helps them move more, because it's a very quick and fast planet. It helps these areas to move much more seamlessly in general. But as it's sleeping or in this resting state, it causes turbulence or it causes things to slow down, and it can create frustration. So why do we feel these effects? It's because, as I've just already mentioned, it's because the planet is in a sleeping state or resting state, so to speak. The other thing that I've picked up on for myself and others, and I'm not sure if this has been for any of you, is that issues of the past seem to resurface. So this is, in a way, can be positive, even though it can be kind of frustrating in one way or on the surface. Things that have not been resolved, or maybe something that has been overlooked that was not dealt with. And this could be in business, it could be in family, it could be in relationships, money, financial, emotional, basically anything that's in the subconscious or practically, or something that is not helping you fulfill your full potential and needs to be revisited, is possible to resurface during this time. So I have noticed that if there is any area that you're feeling frustrated during this time, there's a very likely chance that there's a lesson to be learned during this time. And there's a reason why this issue is being addressed right now, is because there is more work to do. So issues of the past can resurface during this time. And this will be a time for you, because it's an earth sign as well. This will be a time for all of us to reassess, revisit, readdress, redo, relook, redesign. But, on the surface, as I said, it can be frustrating, but there's lessons to be learned through this. And I'm really, my human side just wants to get frustrated and throw something like the printer. I'm really trying in the more spiritual higher self to say, okay, you know what? This is all working towards my good. This is all helping me to be my best and highest self. This is, all is well in my world. I'm going to relax. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to look, listen, and learn. I will slow down. Even if, I've been going, 80 miles an hour, this is telling me that I need to slow down to 45 miles an hour so that I can hear and see. So what I want to encourage you is that all is well, that there are good things, there are good messages, there are lessons, there is closure that can happen during this time. And whenever you're feeling that sense of frustration, know that on the other side of that coin is an answer, is something that you did not know before, and is going to help you, whatever that key is, whatever that missing link that has been overlooked, is going to help you propel forward as soon as Mercury goes, back to its normal self. So let's go ahead. I also found it fitting to do, this is Nature's Whisper Oracle cards. I thought, how fitting, because Taurus is a lover of nature and earth. And in this time where things are kind of cattywampus, let's just sit back and allow the beautiful messages, the Taurus energy of, just kind of stepping back, being one, being at peace, and, stopping and smelling the roses. What are the messages for each sign to help us with the energy of the Mercury retrograde? So that is what this oracle is going to seek. And let's go ahead and get started with each sign. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to the Manifesting You YouTube channel. This is your May 2016 Mercury in retrograde healing or encouragement oracle. So I have shuffled, I have asked for guidance. Let's see what the healing message is for you for this period of time. Okay, Scorpio, so we have let love be your beacon. So the message is, Scorpio, lead with love. When you enter into a new situation, see love paving the way. If it is a tense situation or a work environment, do a visualization exercise of filling the space with bright, beautiful love for everyone involved, including yourself. Acknowledge what is going on and be willing to change how you are approaching this. Communication will be harmonious and you will have greater prospect to create what you are looking for. Imagine this light shining out of you. Your inner light will permit you to see the world with new eyes and learn new things every day of your life. And for me, Scorpio, I feel that because you're such a powerful sign, because your intention and your emotions are incredibly penetrating, incredibly powerful, you are a creative, powerful human being. And so God in the universe is just saying, this is a time to focus on letting love be your focus. Letting love guide you and direct you to any situation that you're experiencing. And it kind of touched on work, or new relationships or old relationships, or even if there's a tense or stressful situation, you can visualize love coming out of your own heart center, overflowing you and permeating everyone and everything around you before the situation even happens. So that way, when you're walking into it, you've already created a positive atmosphere. And so I feel like this is just a reminder of how powerful you are, and that the love that God has for you and that's inside of you is a beautiful thing that can help heal the planet. I mean, I see this, like all these animals are coming around because you're a healer, and use your power. Use your power right now, whatever situations you're in. Let love be your beacon, and let bowls of love just surround you and fill you and wash away anything that you don't want, anything that you don't any longer need. Now is the time. Now is the time to laser focus on love and let love be your guide. So beautiful time for healing, Scorpio, for yourself and others. I hope this has helped you. If it has, I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe to the channel to ensure that you get the monthly tips, tools, and videos on how to manifest and be your highest and best self. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.